Usa ka pagtuo, usa ka tingog, usa ka katawhan. Cebu Catholic Television Network.
Cebuanos Filipinos continue to thrive wherever they are all over the world. Catch a glimpse of their adventures as they explore and experience the world and share experiences with Filipinos living abroad. Join us and travel the world through their eyes with Attorney Divine Marshall Flores live from New Brunswick, Canada, and Tony Ortega live from British Columbia, Canada. This is CCTN International Pinoy Journeys.
Good morning. Welcome sa atong tulumanon CCTN International
Pinoy Journey.
Abi na ko to nung pinagkakatubag niya. Good morning, good morning Cebu, good morning Pilipinas. Diha sa imuton, good afternoon, unya good evening. Ako si Divine Marshall Flores, good evening. There is New Brunswick, Canada. What about diha sa imuton?
Ug ako sab si Tony Ortega live gikan diri sa British Columbia, Canada. Good afternoon diri sa British Columbia. Good morning diha sa Pilipinas. Kang Father Dennis ang atong guest unsa sagad ang iya kadto diha, attorney.
Karon taon no atong i-introduce ang atong guest. Actually second episode ni sa atong CCTN International Pinoy Journeys. Unya gituyo gyud ni dato Brad Tony no nga ang atong first guest usa ka Cebuano nga pare nga wa gyud niya planuha nga napunta siya sa Canada ug nahimo siyang parish priest diya sa Canada. Ni mao nay atong i-share, atong patanaw no ato ipanarrate ni Father ang iyang journey. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome sa atong first guest sa CCTN International Pinoy Journeys, si Father Dennis Flores nga usa ka parish priest sa St. Anthony Padua diha sa British Columbia, Canada. Father, maayong adlaw nimo diha.
Maayong gabi diri sa British Columbia, Canada. Kumayong buntag diha Pilipinas, labi na gyud sa taga Cebu.
Yes. Klaro po kayo imong Bisaya, Father, no?
Ludabi kayo, attorney Ludabi.
Ludabi kayo. Klaro kayo Bisaya, Father. Okay. So, kining mga Flores, Father, kay pareha betag apelyado. So, most likely, parente ra gyud siguro ta, Father. Asa ka dapit nga Flores nagikan, Father, dinhi sa Cebu?
Ang akong papa diha gyud na nimuyo sa Bonifacio Street dool sa Parian, Cebu City.
Cebu City, okay.
So very familiar places kaya namo Parian, Bonifacio Street o kining Tipadilla Street.
Okay. So
Apil na ang sikatuna pads.
Og Sikatuna, silingan ra.
Sige. Okay. So, actually, Brad Tony, no, nindot kay nga si Father mo'y una natong guest karon tungod kay sa ato lang nahibaw-an nga dili planado no ang kang journey ni Father nga mapunta siya diri sa Canada. But before ta mo hisgot sa imong journey, Father, padung nga rin sa Canada, diha gyud ka nag-eskwela sa Cebu sa imong pagkapare.
Yes. For all my seminary formation, diha gyud na nagsugod og natapos sa seminaryo sa Cebu, sa Mabolo. Pope John 23rd Seminary, then Seminary College, San Carlos Seminary College, and then Seminario Mayor de San Carlos.
Okay. So, Brad Tony, interested kayo ang atong mga televiewers no nga, pwede di ay ang usa ka Cebuano nga pari, pwede di ay nga mamahimong pari sa gawas sa nasod. Munay dako nga pangutana og unsang hitabuan ning kang Father.
Mao na attorney sa iyang pagkapari diri isip usa ka pari sa maong parokya. Dako kayo niya siya nga blessing, especially for the Filipino community. Kay wala kita mismo wata magdahong nga ang mag-initiate sa dako kayong proyekto diri sa probinsya sa British Columbia. Pinanguluhan di sa usa ka Pilipino nga pare gikan pagyud sa probinsya sa Cebu.
Yes. But before the father maghisgot sa usa sa mga dakong project ni Modia sa imong parokya sa British Columbia, hisgutan sa nato ang diri ka sa Cebu kay interested kaayo mi nga maminaw nganong nahimo ka pura paroko diha sa Canada. So pag-graduate nimo diri sa San Carlos Seminary, father, na-assign kag mga parokya.
Yes, of course. Dili man dayon ta i-assign as parish priest. So, dihay mga upat tingali ko katuig nga nahimong asa ka assistant to different parishes in Cebu.
So
Before
as
I became
mga lugar ka
parish
father
priest.
na-assign sa Cebu.
To begin with, I was ordained in 1992, June 16 of 1992, together with 9 people, 9 priests. So we were 10 in all sa among
Okay.
batch, original batch. And then, since then, after a year, there was a 1-year missionary exposure. My first assignment was in Balamban, Cebu.
Okay.
Nag-mission mi dito. Kauban ako si Father Eli Suico at the time. And then after a year of my missionary experience in Balamban, I was sent to San Nicolas Parish in Cebu City as assistant. That's my first assignment as an assistant in San
Okay.
Nicolas Parish in Cebu City. And then after a year, I was assigned to St. Joseph Parish in Tabunok, Talisay, Cebu City na karon. Talisay City. And then after a year, I was sent to Toledo City, San Juan de Sahagun Parish of Toledo City. And then after that,
For how long ka sa Toledo, father?
I was 2 years as assistant in Toledo City. 2 years ago.
Assistant. Kung na in Toledo City, sa sentro ka na-assign, father, or medyo sa...
Toledo City. Kay, the mother parish of all the parishes in Toledo City. Kaya doon na may gitawag og Our Lady of Mount Carmel Parish sa Lutupan. Yan, napod karoy Magdugo Parish sa Toledo. Naay mga upat tingali ka parokya ron sa Toledo at the time. So, kini akong nasaynan is the mother parish.
Okay.
The oldest parish in Toledo, which is St. John of Sahagun Parish in Toledo City.
So after sa Toledo, father, gabalhin na sad ka.
Then after that, in 1996, I was assigned as parish priest this time sa pinakabukid nga parokya sa Cebu City, sa Cebu, sa Archdiocese of Cebu, nga mao ang Bulak Dumanhog.
Okay. So pinakabukid, father, ang imong na-assignan.
Pinakabukid na. So far sa akong hibukan, tunga na sa bukid. Naapoy usa nga nahimong parokya, pero at the time dili pa parokya ang sa dapit sa Dalagit. Bukiran sa Dalagit. Pero kaniadto dili pa to siya parokya. Pero sa akong panahon, I think Bulak Dumanhog is the most mountainous parish at the time.
Mao ba? But bata pa man kaadto, father, kaya pa kayo bagtas-bagtas.
So, ang
I have lots of memories.
ang iyahang history sa iyang mga assignments, attorney, gikan sa kinabukirang bukid lugar sa Cebu, paingon sa usa ka mamugdaw nga dapit sa kalibutan gidas.
Oo, prepare na daan si father. So after sa imong assignment, father, sa Tuburan, diin naman sad ka na assign?
After that, after 3 years as parish priest in Bulak Dumanhog, at the time, ang Bulak Dumanhog was under the titular of Christ the King Parish. Pero karon giilisa naman na karon og Our Lady of the Rosary Parish. Ay dili naman ka magkahimog patron nga ang Ginoo mo ay gihimo nga patron because he is the patron of all the patrons.
Correct.
So mo na nga karon sa Bulak, ginganlan na sila karon og Our Lady of the Rosary Parish. And then after that, after 3 years there, I was assigned back to the seminary. This time at Pope John the 23rd Seminary as one of the priest responsible sa mga estudyante nato sa mga magbuot magpari ng mga patan-on pag-ayo.
So nag-teach ka sa seminaryo at the same time, Father?
Teach ko sa seminary at the same time. Yeah.
For how long, Father?
For 5 years. For 5 years. Oh no, 6 years. For 6 years, yeah.
6 years. That was during the time of Anhing's Cardinal Vidal.
Yeah, during the time of Cardinal Vidal, when Cardinal Vidal was still our Archbishop. He was still very active then at the time. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So after daghan-daghan sad ang mga parokya nga na-assign na niya Brad Tony, no? So murag natuyok di sad nimo ang Cebu kay daghan kang na-assignan, Father. After ka assign og kuan sa seminaryo after 5 or 6 years, unsay sunod nga nahitabo ato, Father?
After atong na-assign ko sa seminary, I asked His Eminence Cardinal Vidal, then Archbishop of Cebu, if I could be transferred or be given a parish assignment, you know. So nag-ask ko niya, naghangyo ko niya nga, if there is a chance to be assigned in a parish, okay. So because I believe that I am more than a pastor than a formator of seminarians.
Okay.
Because maybe that's where my vocation is, not as a teacher, but you know, as a core journeyer with the people in a parish. So the cardinal granted my permission. He what is this? He put me out of the seminary. Kaya doon na gipuli nga pare sa seminary. Gipuli na ako because I was also the music director then at the time sa seminaryo. Yan seminary. So doon na gipuli dito. So mo ni ang kulbahinam. Kay at that time when I was relieved from my position in the seminary, so happened nga at that time, that it was 2006, there was no assignment made that year because the cardinal himself had 3 jubilee celebrations at the time. If I remember right, na siya murag 25 years masiguro to sa iyang pagka-obispo sa archdiocese. And then 30 years as a bishop, as an archbishop, and then as almost 50 years sa pagkapari. So 3 big celebrations sa iyang pagka-cardinal, sa iyang pagka-assign as Bishop of Cebu, o sa iyang anniversary sa pagkapari. So at that time there was no movement among priests. So I was left hanging. Wala ko
assignment. Father, na-vacate na nimo ang imong posisyon sa seminaryo, napulihan ka, unya di ka ma-assign og parish.
Okay, there was no assignment giving.
Okay, dili tungod sa mga celebration nga gihimo during the time.
During the time.
So what happened next, Father?
So what happened then, I had already 2 visas at the time. I had a U.S. visa and Canadian visa. So I asked the cardinal, the good cardinal, if I could, spend my years for the time being that I have no assignment. So, and he granted the permission. I personally asked him. I told him those are the right words that I told the cardinal. Your Eminence, if I'm given the chance to stay longer, either in the States or in Canada, would you allow me?
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Kaya nakita niya ba nga wala pa may assignment giving.
At Anak nga year.
Anang a year. Yeah.
Oo. So anak ka sayon si Cardinal Vidal Istoriahon, Father, no?
Yeah, kay amo tong tatay sa we call him our tatay. When when I was there, all the priests call him tatay.
And I remember during in Cebu katong doon na bitay mga conflicts sa management or sa mga kanana ang mga politiko, si Cardinal Vidal mo'y hangyoon nga mediator.
That's right. Yeah.
Oo. So
attorney, na ako'y pangutana ni Father. The time nga diha pa sa Cebu, pananglitan naa siya og granting nga katong panahon na doon na siya og assignment, Father. Posible ba nga naag hapon ka sa Cebu hangtod karon?
yeah.
Yeah. I'm so proud to announce that I still belong to the Archdiocese of Cebu.
Okay. So sa ato pa, Father, no, kana bang di na wata kahibaw unsay plano sa Ginoo nimo that time. Kay
Yeah.
na-vacate na nimo ang imo ang position sa seminary unya ready na ka to be assigned in a parish. It turned out nga walay reassignment nga mahitabo during that year because of the celebration. So nanangid ka ni Cardinal nga moari ka it's either US o Canada. So usa ni hitabo adto, Father? Asa man gyud ka ni adto?
Niadto diretso ko sa Canada. I chose Canada because I have a brother in Toronto. Doon ako
Okay.
yung brother sa Toronto nga na iyang pamilya dito. Kanya nakabisita naman ko nila kaniadto sa pag 2002 kay World Youth Day man to sa Toronto. That was my first entry to Canada at the time. So naka-decide ko in 2006, I decided to just go to my brother, visit my brother in Toronto. Yeah.
Imong intention that time, Father, is just to visit. Wala
Just to visit, yeah.
just to visit. Wala gyud kay laing huna-huna nga diha ka mo serve anang lugara, no.
Never in my wildest dreams.
Okay. So mo
Pero
to ni
lagi akong giampo, na ako'y giampo sa Ginoo nga
Yeah.
before I left Cebu, I personally asked the Lord, I don't know what's gonna happen to me in Canada. Please take over, guide me. I surrender my life to you, and that's it, because I don't know what will happen to me. So, mo na yung hitabo, daghang mga amazing things, blessings nga nahitabo while I step on the land of Canada.
At
Yeah.
nakoy pangutana niya, attorney, kamong mga paripads o pananglitan mo, bisita mo og usa ka nasod, unsay protocol ninyo inig-abot ninyo sa usa ka lugar?
Oh, that's a good question. Kami mga pare, naagi may daton nga sulat gikan sa obispo or sa imong superior. If you belong to a religious order, you need to have a letter of good standing that you are a priest of good standing. Kay labi na karong panahon na, it's a necessity to have that letter of kind of endorsement. Itawag na og I forgot the right term. So mo na among ibilin dito ihatag sa Chancery Office of the diocese. In my case, pag-abot ako dito sa Vancouver, I gave my letter, the letter of the cardinal of my bishop, and it started that way.
So usa may unod sa letter, Father, nga inyong ihatag ngadto sa Archdiocese diin mo mahiabot?
Yeah, for example, ang letter mag-ingon nga, dear bishop or archbishop of the place, right? This is to inform you that Father Dennis Flores is a priest of the Archdiocese of Cebu visiting your diocese, and he is a priest of good standing, that he is not under censure or suspension whatsoever, that he is a priest of good standing.
Okay.
Muna siya
Okay, so niabot ka sa Vancouver, Father, kano sa aman to nga year?
It was 2006, April 30. when I arrived here in Vancouver. It was last day of April 2006. Yeah.
Okay. So pag abot mo sa Vancouver, unsay una nimong gibuhat, Father?
Yan, today ko sa Chancery Office, gi hatag na mo ang letter nako. Yan, hand over na ko dito sa Chancellor. And with it, there is a telephone number where you are staying. So
Okay.
nagstay man ko sa katong akong kailang Chinese couple. Mo ni receive na mo diri in 2002 during the World Youth Day. Doon ay usa ka Chinese couple nga ni-adapt siya og unom ka mga Cebuano priests. 8 Cebuano priests. And then akong gi-contact sila if ever willing sila nga mo receive na ko for the time being 2-3 days back. And they agreed. So nahibaw-an nga dito ako nagpuyo sa ilaha sa kining Chinese couple with the address and telephone number. And then the following day, I got a call from the rector of Holy Rosary Cathedral. This is the cathedral, the seat of the Diocese of Vancouver.
Okay.
The rector asking me, "Can you come tomorrow to the cathedral?" So I went there. And then when I met him after his mass, the first mass was 7:30 after mass.
Kinsa may imong na-meet, Father, ang?
Ang rector sa Holy Rosary Cathedral, who at that time was Father Dion.
Okay.
Father Dion. And then Father Dion told me, "Can you say the 8 o'clock mass?"
Really? And then?
So I was surprised to hear such a request. Can you say the 8 o'clock? So right then and there, I just said mass, the celebrated mass, the 8 o'clock mass. And then after mass, he asked me if where are my luggages? He said, "Where are your luggages or things?" So I was kind of wondering again this time because he wanted me to stay in the cathedral.
Okay.
Because at that time, 2 of his assistants were on holidays. Ang usa ni uli sa kadiyot sa Mexico, ang usa ni uli sa India. So he was in need of priests at the time. It so happened that I was there. So to take the place of those 2 assistants. So
Ako'y pangutanan ni Father.
yeah.
Father, sa imo bang panglantaw kadtong panahon na or hangtod karon ang Canada ba kuwang gyud og pare?
Even now, Canada is still in need of priests, I should say. In fact, in some dioceses here in Canada, doon ay mga parokya nga diffuse into one parish. Tungod kay kulang sa mga pari. So sa kapari nagdala og 2-3 ka simbahan na
okay.
anak dire.
Okay. So at that time, Father, nga giingnan ka nga pwede ba ka nga mo stay, unsay na sa imong huna-huna? Nagtuo ka nga long term ba ni or short term lang?
Short term. Kaya ang akong plano gyud moadto man ko sa akong brother, right? Mo bisita sa akong brother. So short term ra gyud to.
Yes. And then
ang days na himong weeks ang weeks na himong months. 1 month ko sa cathedral.
Cathedral. So naa ka nagstay sa cathedral, Father? Di ko nang imong mga okay.
Ibalhin ako dito sa cathedral. Ug balik ko sa Kabuan. Nga sige og misa kada adlaw. It so happened nga ang Archbishop then at that time, may he rest in peace kay namatay naman siya. Archbishop Raymond Rosen. He had regular mass every Sunday at 11 o'clock on Sunday in the cathedral. So that 4 weeks duration he came to know me, and I came to know him, the bishop.
Okay.
So when he learned that my plan was to go to Toronto, nangutana din siya nako, why do you go to Toronto? Why not stay here? So, pagkadungog ako, ana, ingon ako, Your Grace, what should I do? Well, it's easy. You just write me a letter of application and that's it. Daliaran ako nakatype sa akong application. Nang huwam ko ni Father Dion o niya, nag-type na ko niya, gi-print niya, akong gihatag niya ang letter. Ingon na siya na ako, don't you worry, yang gihatag ay yang pasok sa iyang trouser. Don't worry about it. So, mo to'y sinugdanan. Yeah.
Okay. So mura to siya application, Father, for you to stay sa sa diocese nila, sa archdiocese nila.
Yeah.
Okay. So after that, Father, what happened next?
After that, I was sent to a parish named St. Mary's Parish, which is about an hour drive from Vancouver, from the city of Vancouver, about 1 hour drive. Kay at that time, ang parish priest sa St. Mary's nahimong obispo. He was ordained, the parish priest, who became also a friend of mine, Bishop Gordon. He was ordained in March. To be exact, he was ordained on March 22nd, 2006. And right after his ordination as a bishop, he got moved to Whitehorse in Yukon Territory. Whitehorse is northern part of BC. It's Alaska, tapad sa Alaska. Sa Alaska, state of Alaska. So, nabakante ang parokya, ang assistant nila nahabilin sa St. Mary's. So, moto nga si Archbishop Rosen, ni padala nako dito sa St. Mary's to help the assistant. So I became the assistant to the assistant.
Okay. And that was your first assignment, Father, nga parish?
Yeah.
Gikan sa cathedral. For how long ka dito nag-serve, Father?
Nag-serve ko sa the whole month of June. So whole month of May I was in the cathedral. The whole month of June I was in St. Mary's. And then the next month, there was a big reshuffling of priests in the archdiocese. July man ang ilang kasagaran nga kuandere kay July is of course summer. So monay assignment movement of assignments, giving of assignments for priests. So at that time I remember June 26, 2006, I got a phone call from the Archbishop. And he said, Father Dennis, I have two options for you. Either you will be assigned as assistant in one of the parishes in Vancouver, in the city of Vancouver, or you will be assigned closer to where you are now. The next parish of St. Mary's is very close. It's 20 minutes away. So, yun ang obispo nga, okay, Father Dennis, I'll give you time to reflect. Which one would you choose?
Ikaw mo'y papilion.
Kung sa akong pilion, Vancouver ba or diri ba sa duol sa katong parokya sa St. Mary's? Parang ng obispo ay, no, Your Grace. You can decide right then, right here, right now, whether you want me to be assigned in the city or here, closer to St. Mary's. It's up to you, but I'm willing. Whatever is your choice.
So okay raka.
Ingon din siya, okay, I'll call you back. I'll call you back. So after 2 hours, masiguro to, I got another call. Okay, this time, Father Dennis, this is final. You will be assigned at St. Anthony of Padua Parish in Agassiz as administrator.
Okay. When we say administrator, parish priest na siya, Father?
What is this? obligations, duties and obligations are the same as parish priest. Pero
Priest.
remember na siya good admission kay because I don't belong here, right?
Yeah.
I don't belong yet. Say that that's my parish. As you can see now, that's where I am now.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Na ako'y pangutanan niya, attorney. Sa pagkadawat niya sa ihang assignment isip ko sa ka-parish priest diha sa maong lugar. Father, naa ba kay protocol po nga gipahibaw paingon dayon sa Archdiocese
Of
ubang
Cebu.
of Cebu nga mao na ang hitabo nimo karon say protocol
Gipirate ka. Gipirate ka sa Archdiocese of
sa
Hey, anay term ton nga layman's term gitawag nag on loan.
on loan. Yeah, gihuwaman ka.
Man ko sa
pero wala na interest pa dira.
naay panagsa.
Okay. So, ni-inform ka ni Cardinal, Father?
Through his I think through his vice chancellor at the time, I'm already given an assignment, so nakaibawan si Cardinal through other priests. Yeah.
Okay. Pero ang sabi protocol nato sa ato nga side, Father, sa Archdiocese of Cebu, kung dunay pare nga huwamon sa laing Archdiocese, okay ra na siya.
Ang protocol karon is bishop to bishop na gyud ang mag-arrange na.
Okay.
Karon dili na ang pare nga mo apply diri. Kaniadto ra siya karon is always between the bishop and another bishop that they will agree. Can I loan a priest from your diocese? Ang
okay.
bishop na mo magsabot. Yeah.
Pero katong imo, Father, dili
just
no?
an exemption of the rule, I guess.
Yeah. Oo. So, pag-assign nimo as administrator aning Saint Anthony Padua nga parish father, so ang imong feeling nga this is it, pang matagalan gyud ni, pang long term na ni.
At that time, I really didn't think of it as a short or long term, as long as I had that assignment already. For me, that was a big step, a big kind of blessing. There in Cebu, I had no assignment. And then, pag-abot na ko diri, in just a matter of 2 months, nagtagaan ako parokya.
So, murag answered prayer siya, Father, no? Kay mo man na imong gipangayo before you left.
That's right, yeah. So it was a big surprise for me nga mo na nahitabo nga ang Ginoo nagpahimutang ba. He arranges everything,
Correct. Everything was just fall into place, no?
Right.
So, wala nimo giplano. And ang ending wala ka kaadto sa imong igsuon at the time because na man kay parish nga gi-assignan.
It was summer, right? I think in August I went there to visit my brother. I asked a priest to cover for me 1 weekend. Style, if you're away from the parish, you need to have somebody to replace you, for the time being that you're away. So I requested another priest to take over for the time being that I was in Toronto. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm interested, Brad Tony, no, nga makahibaw ni Father kung how was it na-assign si Father sa lain-lain nga parokya sa Cebu. Unya karon na siya gida nga parish diha sa Canada. But lahi siya, no? Lahi og environment, lahi og culture, lahi og mga tao nga gida si Father diha sa Canada. Mo commercial break ta sa atong pagbalik mo na atong hisgutan, Father, kung do na ba kay adjustment period or do na ba kay time nga kana bitong
Ups and down.
Oo, kana usahay mo yung nga unsaon man din ako pag-deal nga situation, no, nga lahi ra gud diri sa ato, di ba? So mao na atong hisgutan sa atong pagbalik. Standby, mo balik ang CCTN International Pinoy Journeys human ini.
Heal me, O Lord, and I will be healed. Save me, and I will be saved. Heal me, O Lord, and I will be healed. For you are the one I praise. You are the one I praise. Sing it with me.
Batuki ang COVID-19. COVID medical kit nga gikinahanglan sa imong balay. Paracetamol, betadine alang sa panglimugmog sa baba, vitamina C o D3, B-complex, Vaporada plus kapsula aron hanggapon ang alisngaw sa init, oximeter, oxygen cylinder, ehersisyo sa pagginhawa. Ayaw itago kining maong informasyon alang lamang sa imong kaugalingon. Ipaambit kini sa imong pamilya o mga higala ang pagpakigbatok sa COVID-19. Hatod kaninyo ning istasyon.
Okay, balik ta sa atong tulumanon CCTN International Pinoy Journeys. Unya again sa atong mga late tuners, ang atong gi-interview karon mao si Father Dennis Flores nga usa na karon ka pura paroko sa usa sa mga parokya diri sa British Columbia, Canada. Nindot kay itong story ni Father ba ni ari siya sa Canada just to visit his brother. Unya karon kay ang Archdiocese de Kuangan o Vancouver Kuangan og mga pare gi-invite ra siya nga mo join mo himo og misa and then himong long term. Okay, so ganina Brenton, before ta nag commercial break, naingon si Father nga finally gi-assign na siya as administrator sa usa ka parokya kining Saint Anthony Padua nga parokya. So mo na atong pangutanon Father. Yes.
Tinuod na attorney. So tinuod na siya attorney. So kahibaw ta nga isip usa ka Pilipino, usa ka Cebuano, I think normal nato nga ugikan ta sa laing nasod. Kung ngadto ta sa laing nasod, kinahanglan siguro po nato i-share ang atong mga experiences nga unsa may atong nasinati. Sa pagtunob na to anang maong yuta, unsa kay ang doon na ba'y mga tae adjustment? Father, mangutan ako sa imuhang part, Father, sa pagsugod nimo pag abot gyud nimo diri sa Canada, na-assign ka na, unsa imong mga adjustment?
Okay, that's a good question. One big adjustment is your language. You know,
Yeah.
okay, everything has to be said in English, right? Pero since I first celebrated Mass in Vancouver in the cathedral for 1 month and in St. Mary's for 2 months, the only comment I heard from people is, "You don't have an accent."
Oo, yeah.
Where did you go to? Where did you finish your studies, in the States or here in Canada? So I just told them, well, all my formative life as a priest were done in Cebu. I was just lucky that I had a good professor in Cebu, Monsignor Rudy Villanueva, our English teacher. He's still doing well. I'm so thankful to Monsieur Rudy for his contribution to what I am now, especially in terms of speaking.
So nindot kay ka og training Father.
Yeah.
Ang pagkaon ka ni attorney, wa ba ka siya maglisod nga
Yes.
sa Vancouver area ba maglisod siya pangita og Filipino store. Maglisod po siya pangita sa downtown alon sa Vancouver. Wa kay makita nga Filipino restaurant diha. Father, unsa may imuhang experience pagpangita pagkaon?
Well, naay mga Pilipino nga mo bisita diri anya magdala og mga pagkaon, especially mga Filipino foods. Nya na di man ginamawa ang rice, di ba? We Filipinos always eat rice. so mo na nga di kita ma-miss gyapon kay naa may mo hatag mo paambit sa ilahang grasya o banato. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Pero paglingkod nimo as administrator sa St. Anthony Padua, Father, unsa may imong mga gi-implement, and then daghan ba tag Filipino community diha sa imong parokya?
Doon na may program ang Archdiocese, and every diocese has its own program. I just followed the program of the diocese. At that time, I think the diocese was preparing for the 100th year anniversary as a diocese. The Vancouver Archdiocese became a diocese for 100 years in, I think, in 2008. So muna prepare ba from 2006 until 2008 that I was here. Muna program how will the people get to know this celebration, a big celebration of this diocese.
Okay. Yeah. And then, but daghan ang Filipino community diya sa imong parish, Father?
Dili gyud daghan. Murag sa akong ihap-ihap, murag tulura man to ka parokya. Tulura ka pamilya.
Tulur ka pamilya. So,
Caucasians.
daghan silang kasagaran mga locals ang imong mga parishioner. Okay.
It's just a small parish, a parish of doon ay mga at least 100 registered families at the time. 100 registered families, eh? Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So
small.
Diri sa ato manggod, no, sa ato ba naatay fiesta, and then naatay misa di Gallo. Kita as Filipino, mura ba nahimo na natong part, no, sa atong culture, tradition, and kabahin na sa atong belief, no? Naka-implement ka ana diha, Father, nga magfiesta ta, kuanta misa di Gallo ta.
Yeah, I have been implementing those here in the Philippines. In fact, it's recommended by the bishop. We call it here Simbang Gabi.
Okay.
So for the past 2 years now, nga naghimo taan ang tradition sa tuwa ganing Simbang Gabi, which is a nine days of preparation before Christmas.
Yeah. Pero ang Canada Archdiocese, wala sila anak, Father, sa Vancouver.
Wala sila.
Simbang Gabi. So how was it?
Father, ang fiesta.
Sa pagkakaroon din na yung mga, I think, 30 plus parishes in the Archdiocese doing the Simbang Gabi.
Okay.
Pagkakaroon.
So at least ni kuan sila, ni suon sila sa Simbang Gabi, Father.
Because of the presence of the Filipinos here, so many Filipinos.
Correct.
Attorney, na-ako'y pangutana ni Father.
Yes.
Father, before ta nagkaila, nag-research na ko nimo niya kanang Father Dennis nga pangan tunog naman na diri Vancouver, Richmond, Surrey ug Langley.
Kaya daghang assignment si Father.
Yeah, in fact, doon na pag-yukoy na nakaila pa nga niingon nga kisay pare karon nga momisa si Father Dennis. Kanya experience nila nga gi-share nako kay nag-research man sad ko nimo, Father. Musulwak ang simbahan ug ikaw ang magmisa. Unsay sikreto ni Father Dennis? Ang simbahan nga ang magmisa din mag-abot sa gawas basta si Father dili kay ingong ikumparar nato, pero kung ingon nila og si Father Dennis ang mosimba instead ang magmisa karong orasa og ako tigsimbahan og buntag adto ko sa mangisa ni Father Dennis. Unsay yun ni Father Dennis nga nadawat ikaw, Father, i-share ko no namo, Father?
Well, I'm so honored to hear that kind of comment. But sa ako ng bahin, I'm just I am what I am. Just give what the best, for people, sharing my experiences as a priest, during my homilies, and that's where they were attracted. The way you share your life to them, during mass. So maybe people pick that up. You touch the life of the person through your experience, through my experience. Yan, ma-relate na ako na, sa nga to sa uban. And somehow, maybe they were touched by that, and that's why they keep coming.
Diri sa Archdiocese of Vancouver, Father, ikaw ray Pilipino nga pare?
No, I think there are 15 of us.
Ay,
in
daghan mo.
branches.
Oo. Gikan sa naglain-laing dapit sa Pilipinas sad nga gihuwaman sila.
That's right. That's right. I'm the only one from Cebu.
From Cebu.
There was a Filipino, a Cebuano priest for the past, I think, 7 years, I guess. But he was an Augustinian. He belongs to the Santo Niño priest there.
Yes.
And he was also my classmate at the time. But kining member ka ng religious congregation, you will be assigned somewhere, from different places of the world. Yeah. So si Father Edgar Polotan, who is already back in the Philippines, I guess. Yeah.
Nibalik na siya. Okay. So, after ni mo na-assign ka as administrator, Father, gibalhin na sad ka because naaman mo yung reshuffling yun, no? Every now and then.
Yeah. Since I was only the administrator at the time, and then my first 3 years, in Canada, were spent here in Agassiz as administrator. So, the Archbishop, this time, another bishop, a new bishop. So he assigned me as an assistant this time to different parishes in the city of Vancouver. So not as administrator.
Assistant.
As assistant to
Okay.
I think 4 parishes in Vancouver, and 2 of those parishes. While I was in those two parishes, I also experienced being a chaplain in Vancouver General Hospital and Surrey Memorial Hospital. Those 2 are the biggest hospitals here in BC. Especially the Vancouver General Hospital is a government owned, and I was in total I served as 5 years chaplain in those hospitals. So I got lots of experience. Visiting the sick. I was saying masses there, anointing them. Meeting the relatives. So it's a wholesome experience for me. Yeah.
Father, nakoy pangutanan nimo, Father.
Yung kag maayo, Father, no? Yes, go ahead, Tony.
Father, nakoy pangutanan nimo, dunay to'y nabasa nako sa article ngay dunay usa ka pari nga programa man siguro nila sa maong parokya nga kani bitaw mga seaman nga mga mudunggo sa puerto nga gusto silang ambot no simba mga mo communion. Naakay ideya, Father, og kinsa tong pariha nga mo'y nagbuhat ana nga activities, or ikaw ba to, Father?
Doon na gitaw chaplain sa mga seafarers. Chaplain sa Vancouver Port. And then when I was assigned in the cathedral, the chaplain at that time was retiring. And he recommended me to take over his place as chaplain of the Vancouver Port,
Okay.
mga seafarers. Kay kasagaran sa experience ko ang mga seamen nga moabot sa Vancouver Port are always Filipinos. Kay ba man siya nga kung Filipino gani, katulad yun na.
Correct.
So ako iyang gi-recommend because I am a Filipino and he knows me already. So, tuod man, I was given the assignment as a chaplain of the Vancouver Port area. Kanang Vancouver Port area mo na pinakadako nga port diri sa sa whole BC tingali, sa whole Canada.
Full Canada.
Kay mora man ang area diri. Ang Victoria wa dili man kay dako. So, alegre kayo kay there was this ship, a big ship nga owned by Greek company. Request sila og misa nako, if I could say mass for them. It so happened nga pag adto na ko dito sa barko, lo and behold, from the captain of the ship all the way to the last, member of the ship, puro gyud Filipino ay sagol. Unya, ang kapitan is from, kung ako masayab, ang kapitan taga Pardo.
Cebu yun.
Oh, taga Cebu, tanan. So it was like a big reunion. Wa sila magtuo nga ang pare nga ng ilang gi-request Cebuano sa ding dako.
Oo. So, Bisaya ka sa imong misa, Father?
It was in English. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Kay na may mga ubang mga Tagalog nga kuyog nila. Pero kasagaran, majority Cebuano speaking.
Okay. So, after sa imong mga assignments, Father, nahimo kang chaplain, unsay sunod nga nahitabo?
So, the last assignment that I got before coming back to Agassi was in Richmond. Ang muna nakita mi ni Tony.
Okay.
Kaya time ko sa ilang parokya. Kaya at that time, St. Joseph Parish in Richmond was in need of a priest. Kay ang ilahang pari nga usa ka pari nga Pilipino transfer sa Toronto. Kay the parish of St. Joseph was administered by the Franciscan Friars of the Atonement, mga Franciscano nga mga pari.
Okay.
And then at that time nga walay ang pari na transfer, ako'y gipuli. So, ibaw ko nga after a year magbag-o sila tanan og mga pari nga ang maong parokya tagaan na og bagong religious order, which is the Franciscan order. So mao to ang nahitabo nga after that I was given an assignment this time as parish priest here in St. Anthony Parish. So
nabalik ka, Father, sa imong first nga assignment.
back to
Okay.
center
Ikaw na parish priest.
as parish priest na dire. Yeah.
Okay. When was that, Father, nga nahimo kang as parish priest diha?
In 2018, 3 years ago.
Okay. So, Father, usa imong tan-aw ngano kang gidala ka sa Ginoo diri sa Canada?
Well, that's a big question, which led me to establish this shrine.
Okay.
Maybe, just maybe, and I am always convinced now that maybe God put me back here in Agassi, St. Anthony of Padua Parish, to establish a shrine for the Santo Niño. Because in 2021, as we all know, we celebrated the 500 years anniversary of the arrival of Christianity in the Philippines. And it so happened I was there. I was here from July 2018 until now, until present. So, pag 2021, since it was a big year for us Filipinos, especially in Cebu. So I decided to come up with this idea. Why not make a memorable a place to commemorate the 500 years of Christianity in the Philippines by building a shrine dedicated to the Santo Niño, which we are now doing it,
Unsa nimo pagsugod pas nga after nga nahuna-hunaan nimo na nga mao nga project?
Yeah, it's a big project.
Ako project. Unsa gyud first step nimo nga after nga mao ni imong gustong nang buhaton?
The first step was I prayed. I always prayed to God and to Santo Niño, especially na if this is the right decision, to inspire me, to really, give me some ideas kung he wants me to realize this project. So prayer yun ang una. Ang ikaduha nga kinsa mang mga tawhana ang akong pahibaw-on about this. So ni-come up rin sa akong idea nga doon naman tayo Filipino Ministry in the Archdiocese of Vancouver. So ako contact ang coordinator who is also a Filipino, a deacon, Deacon Greg. I shared this idea, Deacon Greg. That was in 2021, right? In January 2021. And this is the plan, and it's up to you if it's just give me some feedback. Yeah, nga mao na nga why not build a shrine in honor of the Santo Niño here in Agassiz to commemorate the 500 years of Christ? Because I know nga ang Filipino Ministry of Diocese naghimo po sila program to commemorate the event, the 500 years event. So mao to sinugdanan nga nagbuhat ko mga letters nya si Tony usanis mga akong gi contact unang mga contact persons, of course akong parokya kung okay ba kaha. So everybody was actually contributing ideas na namugna ni siyang project of building a shrine to the Santo Niño.
So wala ba kay kuan pas, wala ba kay kahingawa nga i-approve ka ni Bishop Miller?
There was, naapoy kahingawa, naapoy apprehension nga unsa ka kung dili ni aprobahan, kung dili ni aprobahan, klaro kayo nga dili ni pagbuot sa Ginoo.
So pagka aproba na pas unsa may sunod nga nahitabo, wa baka magtan-aw nga unsaon kan inato pagbuhat para ma-realize kuni nga maong proyekto. So who did you consult first? Ano kinsa imong gipangduol?
Ang unang ginakong konsulta after ni after ni Deacon Greg was the people involved in the diocese, mga official sa diocese ba, kung unsay buhaton. And then doon na mo nahitaboan iton. Primero, this is the surprise. Before sa Santo Niño project, ang akong parokya diri is one of the poorest parishes in Vancouver. So mag-isgot kag poor na, masay poor nga parish, no? So kining St. Anthony of Padua Parish sa Agassiz is one of the poorest parishes in Vancouver. And it so happened nga I came up with an idea to build a thrift store. Okay? A thrift store. And then I asked the permission of the Bishop Miller, Archbishop Miller, if he approves it, or to have a thrift store here in Agassiz in the parish. And when he said yes, we started renovating one of the buildings here. There is akong parokya, and to think it was pandemic. It was 2020. In the middle of the pandemic, it was. We started renovating the project in December of 2019, but it came to realize pagka March na. So, believe it or not, sa pagkakaroon, ang income sa thrift store since we opened into 2020 until now, niabot na og over $100,000.
Wow.
So nakita na sa Archdiocese, nakita na sa bishop, nakita sa tanan, so they started phoning me. How did you do it? Nga kuan kuno kanabang successful kuno kay ba ang thrift store. So mo ta ako na sila, I'm so blessed to have volunteers in the thrift store, mga old sabihan sila, mga elderly people. So mo na ang nagtabang karon sa among parokya kining thrift store. Now when I asked permission from the Archbishop to build a shrine, so nana siya idea nga maybe I should approve this. Kay look at the thrift store. Ang thrift store mo sa akong tanaw lang ha, mo iyang gibasihan nga mo approve sa kuan. Kung mas na successful ang thrift store, why not the shrine? And it's so timely nga 2021 is the big event. So he approved it. So,
So, si
mo na
Bishop-
nag-start dayon ta og fundraise, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Si Bishop Miller Paz ba naka-experience pa na siya og how did we Cebuanos celebrate Sinolo?
Oh yes, in 2016, if you remember, Cebu hosted the 51st International Eucharistic Congress, and the first event at that time was a table for the poor. And the Archdiocese of Vancouver, together with the Archdiocese of Cebu, they joined together to make that happen. Where we invited in Cebu, this is in Cebu, where we invited the poorest families within the city of Cebu, and have mass there, and guess what? Who was the main celebrant? It was the Archbishop Miller. Vancouver. Kita may sponsor ato, ang Archdiocese of Vancouver may sponsor ato.
Yeah.
That happened on a Saturday before the final, the grand opening of the Eucharistic Congress. Pero sabi nila, matod pa nila, nga mura o katong misaha, mo na noy na opening. Kaya pwede mang daghan ng tao.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
okay. Ang ingon pa gyud nila attorney, ug wa man ka I was there, Bishop Miller also nagmisa po diha sa CCTN.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kaya nindot ka ito nga hitabo, di ba? Kuha man to kanang January man to.
January.
So
January.
dilaw sila og unsay sinulog kay nagdance man ang katong San Diego dancers man siguro to. Basta mga dunay mga delegation ba nga ni dance in front of the bishops and priests.
Okay.
It was sinulog here.
Oo. Hapit naman ta mahuman sa atong oras. Daghan po ta mig mga pangutana, but diri ta ning imong dako nga project na Santo Niño Shrine. Asa naman tang dapita karon pila na ta ka percent kanus agud ni nato sugdan sa pagtukod?
Yeah. We are already 75% towards our goal, which is 400,000 ang atong goal. Kaya diri gud sa Archdiocese of Vancouver, we cannot start a project unless the money is in place. The whole
So
budget.
amount dapat intact.
Intact dapat ang kwarta. Dili ta magka-ground break kung wala pa ang kwarta, tibok na kwarta. Lahi man sa tuwa, ang dito sa tuwa nga mo butang lagi ko sa kahaligi, ang mga tao mo kuha na dayon.
Musunod na.
Sunod na dayon.
Contribute na.
Kinsay nag-design sa maong proyekto Pads? Ang designer ana, kinsa may
Ang
designer?
atong designer is a couple from Argao, Cebu, a famous couple architect. Both of them are architects. Richel and what's the name? The husband.
Is that the Mamag Mendoza architectural design? Yeah, okay.
That's the one. Yeah.
So ang design ni Father, mura siya o Cebu. Unsa may design sa shrine?
Muna karon gipakita, it looks like the Cross of Magellan.
It's like a Magellan's cross.
Octagonal. So when you come to Agassi, and when this is done, when this is complete, you will be able to see, oh, that's the Cross of Magellan. But inside, it's not a cross; it's where the image of the Santo Niño is located. You know. Yeah.
Okay. So we are hoping and praying, Father, no, nga ma-realize na siya nga project, consider na mo sa 70%. So siguro kung doon ay mga nagtanaw na to karon nga mga Filipino, no, nga pwede maka-share sa ilang blessing, maka-contribute o gamay para nga mahinayon gid ning maong proyekto. Yes.
We ask them for their prayerful support. Because we will be um, scheduling a groundbreaking ceremony in March, maybe
March.
March 20 to be exact. March
Uh-uh.
20, Sunday. That's the
Ang target ang target nimo pa sa maong enthronement kano sana?
And then the enthronement will happen after the project is completed in 3 months, 3 to 4 months, complete na yung project. So we will have the enthronement on August 21st. That's a Sunday.
So
Aha.
doon na ba tay posible nga delegation unya anak pas gikan sa Cebu?
Yes, we plan to invite the Archbishop of Cebu Palma, and then Archbishop John Du, who is also a Cebuano, now assigned as Archbishop of Palo, Leyte. And also we're planning to invite the Bishop of Bohol, Bishop Uy, and many more.
So posible ba pa
It's like whoever is going to be the governor, if it's either Governor Gwen, and the city mayor of Cebu, we will invite them as well because we will never know because it's still election in
Yes.
May. Yeah.
It's May. But nindot ni siya, Father, no, kay it's a gift for the Archdiocese of
Vancouver.
Okay, so mo na nga, I hope no nga ang mga Cebuanos ba, I think excited din sila. Kumusta man ang support sa atong mga Filipino community diha, Father, sa mga project? Unsa sila ka-active?
Well, very, very supportive. They are the ones, giving a huge amount of money. Although there were some few people who gave like a big amount. This one was not even a Filipino. There's a couple, an Indian couple from India, who gave us $50,000 as a mission. That's why I was kind of, this is a big surprise for me for a non-Filipino because he said that we were in Cebu. I was in Cebu during my younger years. I was in Cebu. I saw the city. It's a beautiful city. So I'm giving you 50,000 to start the project. And you can tell the Filipinos, especially the Cebuanos, that hey, there's somebody donating 50,000. Why can't we contribute also?
Yeah, and I think Tatay Dudong Limchua will also be joining during the enthronement.
Oh, that will be good. That will be great. Yeah.
Attorney, mangutana ta pas kanang how did you come up kanang donor nato sa AMIS ni Senior Santo Niño?
Yeah. There was already a plan to enthrone the image of Santo Niño in one of the parishes here in Vancouver, but it wasn't materialized. Maybe because the parish at the time was not yet prepared to do it, and so there was already an image intended for Canada. Now that image is the same image to be brought here, to be delivered here from a group of representatives, a delegation from Cebu, for the enthronement this coming August.
Okay. So Father, wala ba tayong oras ning atong tulumanon, ang imong parting message, no? Unsay mensahe nga gusto nimong ibilin sa mga nagtan-aw na to karon unya sa atong mga Filipino community?
This is for the Filipino community, especially in Cebu. This is my simple message. This project is not my project, is not Tony's project, is not the project only here by the Filipinos here in Canada, but it's a project of all. And your prayers are most welcomed. Please pray for the completion of this project. Because you are a contributor, you are a donor, you are a part of this very noble project, the shrine dedicated to the Senior Santo Niño of Cebu. So I appeal for your support, not only financial support, but your prayers to make this project a reality.
Okay, so Father, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for sharing your journeys padung diri sa Canada gikan sa Cebu. It's
You're
very inspiring, and I hope to no sa mga nagtan-aw nato karon do na sila na nakuha nga lesson ba nga in everything we do basta mag-pray lang ta mga tag guidance ni Lord, everything will just fall into place no nga murag smooth ra kayo like what happened to Father nga wala gud niya giplano ang tanan. So thank you kayo Father sa imong time, and
very
we
welcome.
pray, yeah, we pray nga unta by August ma-realize na kanang nindot kaayo nga project nga Santo Niño Shrine de Cebu diha sa imong parokya. Dako kay na siya nga legacy for you Father.
Viva
So,
Pete Senior.
yeah, Viva Pete Senior. Brad Tony, imong parting message.
So, salamat before nato magmuhatag ko sa akong parting message sa attorney, magpasalamat diayta sa team sa Cebuano Society, sa Bisdax Group, sa Litenio Association, OLGC Tax Clinic. They're watching us because of Father Dennis. Unya
Yeah.
daghan tag mga amigo karon ang akong cellphone diri daghang pata-pata, daghan silang comments karon kay live manta. So they're also part in raising, connecting the community how to get funds, and then maayo maayo unta nga mag-monitor sila sa atong programa kay ang atong programa gihimo kuan para pud makahatag ta og advocacy sa unsay mga nahitabo sa Filipino abroad, not only in Canada but all over the world.
Okay. Salamat kay Tony. Unya, next week, no, nasa laing guest, but this time, just from US. Gikan sa Cebu, iyang i-share ang iyang journey nga nung napunta siya ngadto sa US. So usa na sa ato mga guest next week no nga ilang atangan kung unsang hitabuan nga nung napunta siya sa Amerika. So again, salamat kaayo ni Father Dennis, and then salamat kaayo sa mga Filipino community no nga nindot kaayo nga pagka-bless naman lang yun ninyo diha sa St. Anthony Padua Parish, no? Nga ang inyong kura paroko sa ka-Filipino. How I wish kayo na sa nang may tabo. So, ba't ka parokya? Amo diri Father, among pari, usara ka buo. Nasakit bitaw na si Father pag Christmas. Wala. No, pag New Year, wala mi kami sa New Year. Kaya nasakit si Father. Wala siguro siya assistant priest. So, nindot kayo mo, bless kaayo mo diha nga naamoy kura paroko nga usa ka pare. Thank you kay sa Filipino community nga ni suporta sa project ni Father, and hinaot unta nga padayon pa ning suportahan aron ma-realize kining moong proyekto. So again sa atong mga televiewers, thank you for watching us. Hinaot unta nga inyo gihapon ming atangan sa sunod semana. Dinhi lang sa inyong tulumanon, CCTN International
Pinoy Journey.